When's lunch? When's lunch? When's lunch? Oh no.
Welcome back to another episode of When's Lunch. I'm Spencer.
I am Matheson.
And I'm excited.
Why?
Because we have we brought the big guns in, is what we did. We have actor, stand-up comedian, and
gamer.
podcast
That's right.
host Erik Griffin. Let's give Erik Griffin a little round of
Yes.
All right. So we're here.
Dude, thank you for being here. This is so exciting.
We're very excited to have you. I meant it when I said we're bringing in the big guns.
This was incredibly expensive.
Yeah,
this is going to be our whole budget probably.
For the year.
There's a budget?
Our budget's so small he thinks that it doesn't exist.
I feel like I got bamboozled right here.
You also we had a bit of a time before this started because you couldn't find the balcony, the world famous balcony.
I couldn't find the place, but that's just typical of like GPS, you know, especially in this kind of fancy neighborhood.
If you go up a hill, you're probably fucked. Like at some point.
Yeah, this is like one of these areas too that there's one name for a street and there's like 5 streets with the same name.
Right.
It's just Place, Drive, Boulevard, Avenue. You know, so I didn't know where to go. But I was saying earlier, like, this is like, you have a really nice spot, but you wouldn't think it was a nice spot from the outside. In comparison to like all of these really nice houses.
Oh, there's like $10 million houses.
Yeah. So I thought, ooh, his music career
like,
it's better than I thought. I was like, this sucker. And then I pulled up and I was like, oh, it's one of these like. And then I came in and I was like, oh,
balcony's not too bad.
This is not too bad at all. No, this whole little setup, but of course, you're not going to have, you know, 10 million and then ghetto apartment. No,
true.
It's not going to be like that.
Right.
Yeah, this definitely is a I mean, this actually is.
What's your address?
I know people can come by.
It's one. This is
like the Star Tours bus will come by, and there's where they do the podcast.
And I come out on the balcony. They're like, "Who's that? I've never fucking seen him. Is that Louis from One Direction?" Yeah.
What's the guy?
Do you get that a lot?
The 5
No,
Sauce
I actually
guy.
get I get the. Do you know 5 Seconds of Summer? That band?
I don't know the band.
Oh,
if they were, I know of them, but if they were at Starbucks, I wouldn't know who the hell they are.
The lead singer, Luke Hemmings, I get that a lot.
Oh,
we're just both white guys with long hair. I think is what it is.
I get Brad Pitt a lot, but
no, you know who he gets a lot is Mark Wahlberg.
When I just want who?
Yeah, Fight Club Brad Pitt.
Fight Club Brad Pitt. Yeah,
after the fight, like after the.
Yes, exactly.
I actually saw Harry Styles one time.
Did you?
Yeah, I was in Mel's Diner on Sunset. It was after the Comedy Store, and so I was in there with my buddy Ian Edwards, funny comic.
Ian's hilarious.
Yeah, you guys know Ian. Yeah, so we're sitting at this table, and there's like a gaggle of chicks in the back of the thing, and they're just yapping and going at it.
That's the correct term too.
Right.
Gaggle of women.
And then there's 2 like sort of like rough. They're not rough, but they looked serious kind of guys that were sitting. Okay. But I could tell that they were kind of with someone. Then in walks Harry Styles and a friend of his. And I say to Ian, I go, that looks like the dude from the British band, you know?
Yeah.
You know, and then he goes over and he sits with these girls. And then then all of a sudden a sort of fight breaks out.
Oh.
Okay. Well, it's a heated conversation. Okay. But we can now tell that these are now the bodyguards. We know. These guys are bodyguards. Yeah. We think. So we look, because if you have big, tall, aggressive looking black guys as your bodyguards, that's for show. They'll get the job done, obviously, but it's for show. But when you want the regular, you don't want nobody knowing, you get like a dude, he's like 47, he has a polo on, and he looks like, when you get close to him, you feel like he's killed 17 people in a black ops operation. Okay? That's these 2 guys. Okay. One of them was Asian, and one of them was this white guy I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Had to be Russian.
And they're looking at us, and they've already assessed we're not a threat, so they're sort of yibber-yabbering with us.
Interesting.
Gotcha. Okay.
But then we look over, and we realize it's actually Taylor Swift.
Whoa! At the table.
at the table,
Oh shit!
and they're having a fight with all their friends there, and we're just kind of sitting here witnessing
Wait,
the whole thing.
isn't Harry Styles and Taylor Swift having a fight?
Yes. Yeah, they're having a.
Is this when they were dating?
legendary.
Like,
I don't know if they were dating or not anymore because I wasn't into it like that.
my
That was probably the
God.
breakup. You saw.
But they're because he slammed down on the table till he was like, boom, and then whatever's happening, and they're like, and then it's like, Harry, calm down, blah, blah, it's that kind of thing. And it wasn't until later that I was like, then Ian and I were like, oh,
That's crazy.
Dude,
was
that is
like
you literally witnessed a legendary fight.
I know
that's legendary.
And it wasn't until later though that like I wish I didn't know it was her. Then it would have been like,
Right.
oh, maybe I would have put my phone up
Right,
or like, you
you
know what I mean?
just set it up, see what happens.
Then you and Ian start fighting.
Yeah,
like
no,
we
just
got
to, like,
like
it
just.
but anyway, it was just like a weird. I don't know why we started talking about that. It was because you said the one band, you said the One Direction reference.
Dude, I just
and I remembered Harry Styles is in One Direction.
Uh-huh.
And then he, now he's solo. I haven't heard one song of his. Are you guys fans? I don't know.
We're big,
We
we're
like
big
Harry
fans.
Styles. Yeah,
We
like
love
what
the
he's
solo
doing.
stuff.
The
Well,
solo
One Direction
stuff.
It's
too,
cool, man.
but-
It's very it's not so pop as One Direction was. It's kind of like left to center. It's kind of indie.
But isn't that what
songwritery.
happens
Yeah.
when you're in a preformed pop band like that?
You're given songs.
You're given songs. You don't really have a say. It's probably better just to go pop as
Yeah.
opposed to like, hey, let's get deep together of people that actually really don't know each other that well.
When they were like what 15,
Yeah.
16 when that all started too.
Yeah.
So
And they're on the X Factor. Yeah.
and so then here they are, they're all solo, or most of them are.
I think they're all are now.
They're all solo and they're all pretty successful, which is
I mean,
really
Harry's
cool.
very obviously the most successful, but
Yeah.
Is he? I thought the
yeah.
other guy was.
I mean, they're
I don't know.
Got his name,
Harry
the guy
is
that
the
did the
rock
song.
star right now. Like he's really just.
You
like,
think so?
Oh yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, he's selling out arenas. It's pretty nuts.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Not right now, dude. R.I.P.
Well, not right
gigs.
now.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
I was gonna ask, do you were talking about the Comedy Store? Do you?
Oh yeah,
do
I
you-
miss
do you-
all of that. It's
you
terrible.
miss it all?
This
Yeah.
is a nightmare.
Yeah.
It's truly.
in a real, it feels like a zombie movie, or like born like or Independence Day, like the aliens just came, and then the next day your world is completely different, and it may never be the same. That's how
Right.
it feels about like this.
Yeah.
Because like literally one day I'm on the road, I'm performing shows, and then the next day the world shut down and it hasn't started up again, and that was in March.
Right.
And so then I
March
think to
12th.
myself, because you think back and you go, what could actually stop the entertainment business? Most things don't. Depressions don't. Wars don't.
Right.
But here's the thing that actually has stopped
Here's the
it.
thing.
And
That's
then
right.
we're-
fucking
right?
nuts. It's nuts.
And then we're looking at it and we're thinking it's not even just like for us, the performers, but think about all the small theaters. Think about all the rock clubs. Think about all the bars. Think about
Yeah.
all the staff of those places. It's just like, it's crazy. It's putting people out of business. And I don't know. It's just been weird.
These old small legendary venues are like about to close, and I'm like, these places have been open for
Yeah.
100 years. Like they were the first theater in the Midwest or on the East Coast, and now they're like, it's like nothing we've seen, dude.
Isn't the Troubadour in trouble a little bit?
They put out a GoFundMe and they raised like $80,000 in a
Like
couple days,
6 seconds. Yeah.
which is great.
I know, but
because
at the same time, though, you go, how long is that going to last? Like,
6 months, yeah, and then what's going to happen the next 6 months? You're going to get another 80, like you know what I
Right.
mean? Like
we have to hope that all you could do is hope that the doctors and scientists like come up with something,
Mhm.
or it's going to be a thing where this is our new normal, and we're just going to have to. We have to just deal with it. It's going to
No.
be like getting a cold, I got the corona.
oh,
Seriously. Yeah.
right. I say this a lot. At one point, at some point, people love people, and at some point, people are gonna need to be with people when it is safe to do so. When it can be like, hey, I'm catching a cold. I'm catching COVID.
Yeah.
It needs to be the same degree, or there needs to be a fucking vaccine next week.
And even if, and who knows? So
You don't know.
I don't know how you guys have been dealing with it, like just like emotionally, psychologically as performers,
Horribly.
I was gonna
because
say
you go,
not great.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
something, right? You don't even realize how intertwined our lives are, and just like even like the psychology of being a performer and needing that artistic release.
Do you feel like a different person almost?
Yeah, I don't know who I am. I don't know who I am
Yeah.
without my art.
Yeah.
And that made me realize, well, I need to find other things.
Mhm.
I need to like find out who I am as a person.
Call of Duty.
Yeah, you know, but that's just like that was just for financial reasons. I started like doing the gaming thing. I was like, oh, there's another way to help pay my bills and at the same time interact with people. But you know, I often say that to myself: who am I without comedy?
Yeah.
You know, without actually performing, and it's
part of your identity, honestly.
Yeah, it becomes a part of it. It becomes like I am a this.
And you are one of the funniest people I've ever seen on stage.
Oh, tell me more about me.
I will.
Yes.
I actually will tell you, the first time I met you was at the Laugh Factory.
Oh, really?
And I had been a fan of you for years.
I didn't even know that.
I obviously saw you first on Workaholics. You're hysterical.
Yeah,
Montez, baby.
Yeah, this is that age group. I could tell.
Loved it. We loved it.
I love Workaholics. Yeah.
And I saw you with Kevin Smart, Jake Miller, and the crew.
Yeah, those are my guys.
Yeah,
I love those
amazing guys.
Because of Matt Rife.
Matt Rife's coming on next week.
Oh yeah, Matt's I've known Matt since he was
He's
14.
the best. Dude, he's so talented too.
Yeah. So I've been like, you know, we have like a very brotherly relationship, Matt and I.
Anyway, I'm trying to butter your bread, Eric.
Okay, go ahead.
You're hysterical. The first bit I ever hear out of you is a bit about someone shitting their pants next to you on an airplane.
Oh, that was a while ago then, huh?
Yeah, and then so I see you this night. We meet quickly. We follow each other on social media. We've kept in touch for the last few years.
I know, right?
And you've always been an amazing dude. And
I'm supportive. I love listening to your music.
Dude, thanks, man.
Yeah, man. You know, it's like, especially when you know someone and you hear it, then you go, oh, thank God this is good. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than when you meet that, like, I met this kid at a coffee shop one time, and
I already know where this is going.
the coolest dude ever.
Which makes it worse.
It made it so much worse. And he tells me about his music. I'm like, oh, hell yeah, dude. I go home and check it out, and if I'm gonna be honest, it was really, really one of the worst things I've ever heard. And I hate like it was just really bad.
Hope he doesn't listen to podcasts. Yeah. This guy, 'cause he's gonna know. He's at home right now going like that was me.
Well, you know.
Screw him. Yeah, that always makes it worse. That always fucking.
But
makes
here's
it
the
worse.
thing. See, your girl is an actress.
She is.
Okay, so, in LA, I'm sure you guys are at that age group where I'm sure you know a lot of actors and stuff.
Pretty much all of our friends are.
I'm maybe get to this. I forgot. All your friends are probably actors or in the business, right?
Yeah, music.
Okay, so
acting,
the last girl I dated
stars.
before my girl now, right? She was an actress, and
there's a difference between an actress and an air quotes actress.
yeah, because
Very
listen,
true.
it's like somebody might tell you like, "Hey, I'm an actor." You go, "Okay, great. What restaurant do you work at?" You know what I mean?
That's the classic saying.
Okay, so she was in an acting class that had like, hey, they're doing this showcase.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my nightmare in LA.
Holy
It's
shit.
people that are putting on plays.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
I don't want to go to your shitty play. Right.
Yeah.
I just don't want to go.
Sounds worse.
I just, you know, and then because that play it's hard.
And it's like 6 hours long for some reason. You're like,
They're doing the extended version of like a play no one's ever heard of.
now it's in Spanish.
Or
You
even,
got to sit through the Spanish version.
Or even worse, like, you know, and then the creators in the crowd, and you know, you're
He's watching like this,
so that's the same kind
with
of
his
thing.
hands clasped beneath his chin.
And then you have
Wonderful.
to like, then you have to like talk to them afterwards. So what did you think? Which is such an unfair question
Yeah, it's rough.
at a play.
How did you like the undertones?
You're like, what?
How good was I?
Oh, yeah. So that's the same kind of thing, you know.
It really is.
Yes, but that's what I'm saying. But get back to it. What we were originally saying is like, I enjoy your music.
Thanks, man.
And this
Again,
is your drummer. Right?
That was part of the budget too. I had to pay Eric to say that. But
Yeah.
I
Yes, he jumps for me. Yeah, we've
would say we're even friends. Maybe.
You are my best friend.
How long have you guys? Oh, that's true. That's
5
good.
years.
Hear
You've
that?
known each other 5 years?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fresh and new.
He's we've shared many a Red Roof in.
Well, I'm 13, so
many.
it's.
He's 13.
We met, yeah,
he started fucking young.
we met when we were 8,
Yeah.
or I was 8. But
You were.
yeah,
You've always wanted to be a drummer?
yeah. Yes,
Yes.
yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I mean, I was saying earlier off this that every drummer I know, they're always in like five or six bands, just because it's so hard to find I think the drummer's the hardest one to find, right? A good drummer?
A good drummer.
Would you say as a lead?
I find you can find a billion drummers. To find a good drummer who has like a certain pocket, that's the hardest part, is you have to have the feel. Like you can be classically trained and be good, but you have to have that pocket feel. You have to like know, you just have to have that natural like inclination to do things. And you have that, Matheson. And that's why I pay you the large bucks.
My bread is buttered.
Thank you.
There's so much butter everywhere.
Butter everywhere.
Well, I mean, then like, and we've talked about this before, but it's
Okay. People love it. It's fresh for me.
no, that's my catchphrase
literally
because
a
I
catchphrase.
literally say it all the time. But
9 times in one episode once.
I just
You have to take a drink every time you.
oh, that's well. We'll get to that later. No, but like the hang, and you probably know this from being on the road too. But like, just the hang is almost more important than.
It's weird that you say that because you guys are a band, so I would imagine that sounds great to me. It sounds great that you have that. Comics don't have that.
Really,
No, we
there's
don't
not
have
like a
there's no
camaraderie
hang.
thing.
No, there's no hang.
Interesting.
With like your openers.
No, a lot of times, like when you're just coming up, like in the situation I was in, for most of my career, it was just like me still trying to like find an audience, as So I'm not going out with necessarily someone I know. It's rare. A lot of times I get to a city and then it's some local guy.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a very loner.
Right. That is
world.
the way. Even in music, like when you're coming up, the local opener is just cheaper. Like it's just easier.
Yeah.
You don't have to travel with anybody, and then they're there. And they just do sound check, and it's
Yeah.
great. Yeah, that's a real.
Are you getting to that point now, or are you like? Because like I can't tell. I can't tell where people are, like what, like especially in the music business. It's like you feel like you're either nothing or an arena act.
That's
know
the
what I mean?
truest thing in the world. I mean, that's so real because like the facade of so many artists are like, I literally have friends in my hometown ask if I still fly commercial, and I'm like, dude, I've flown.
You're like, yeah.
I was like,
Spirit Airlines, baby. That's
shout out Spirit Airlines, one of our sponsors. Actually,
Oh, really? For this podcast or for the band?
for the band.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Working on the podcast, but yeah, it's really crazy because there's so many levels, and
Yeah, I can imagine.
my opinion is though, if you're an artist, like I just headlined my first tour. My first headline tour just happened before this, actually a year ago.
literally a year ago.
Literally a year ago tonight, we were playing in Atlanta, which is great.
There we go.
Fuck, now I'm sad.
Yeah, you really screwed up there. Now we're all gonna be sad, but
But if you can,
The arms of an angel.
I feel way better
gonna-
now. I feel
we'll get a
much better
picture of
now.
a sad dog
Yeah, it's just,
in post.
That's the commercial. Help these indie bands.
Right. It's just you and I sad. We're in a kennel.
It's just,
Like what?
Yeah, there's a guitar. You're laying on your bass drum. Help these indie bands learn to be regular people.
Now we're getting somewhere. An angel.
Thank you.
We can pay Josh Groban to do that.
What
later,
was my
but-
entire
About the different levels.
if you can headline a show, if you can have your own show, in my opinion, you're a successful artist. Not even. I think if you can not have another job,
Yeah, if you're paying your bills,
if you can pay your bills with music, I think that you've made it.
Let me ask you this though. Serious question. So the tour you did,
Yep.
your first headline tour,
Yeah.
would you do that again if you had to go back and they said, what's going to become of it, and be like, do this? Or what if Harry Styles says, you're going to come on my tour and I want you to open? Which one would you do?
I would do Harry Styles tour 100%, and then I would go on my own headline after and use all the fans that I had just made in the Harry Styles tour
Okay, but
to feed them twice, maybe like 6 months later. But that's like the whole game as a touring artist, is to like get on these larger tours, get more exposure, bring those fans to like your lane, your stan lane.
I could see that.
It's the way that's the only way that
Well, I
we've
mean,
been
it's
able
like
to headline.
I saw Post Malone at a Justin Bieber concert.
right,
Right,
Yeah.
and now Post Malone shows are. I mean, he also has hits for sure.
Yeah. Plenty of hits.
But
But I guess, even
yeah.
at that time that he was doing that, he probably could have.
he could have done his own shows.
He had headlined his own
Right.
shows, but it's like, well, why not be on this like theater experience?
The biggest tour probably at the time.
The
Yeah.
Purpose
Bieber's
tour,
tour.
yeah.
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 Crazy.
Fat tour.
It's like I Do you guys still go to concerts or?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I miss them so much.
I mean, I'm saying before all that. I mean,
Oh hell yeah! I mean, we go to like like I said, like all of our friends are musicians, and then we also go to shows where there aren't fans, like jazz clubs and stuff.
see, I'm at an age, man, where I prefer that over. Like, I don't go to clubs. You know,
I've never been to a club.
I don't go to. I just don't go to like. I prefer being at like a little like divey place.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
like
yeah.
a quartet playing in the
Right,
You know,
yeah.
you know, somebody. You know what I mean?
Everyone's
And
on
then we just-
heroin.
yeah.
You're just like, this is great.
And we can talk like this without having to be like, huh?
Right.
Have you been in New Orleans?
Only a few times, but if it was like I was shooting something, so it wasn't even like I didn't go to enjoy it.
You need to go on like a lax vacation there and go to some of the jazz places. You'd be in heaven.
Yeah, I like that kind of stuff.
It's a vibe. It's such a
But
vibe.
at the same time, though, I've been to I'm just trying to think of the last concerts I've gone to. I've gone to some not weird. Like I've seen Madonna a couple of times.
That's awesome.
recent.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Where?
I've actually seen Lady Gaga more times than I should admit. You know, it's
That's probably a great show, though.
It's just like my friend who's like he's like my brother. He like loves Lady Gaga. Like, he's
I
got
love that.
like she signed his body and he tattooed it on himself.
Oh shit.
So
He's serious.
yeah, and he's like my brother. You
Yeah.
know, and so I've gone with him to like all these like Lady Gaga concerts.
Yeah.
And like she's amazing.
Oh yeah.
She's crazy
You know what I mean?
talented.
And like I regret. I always tell people this: like if you're a fan of someone, go see them live now. One, while they're young and they got that energy, because like Madonna's great, but that chick is 60. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So like every time I go to a concert, I go, damn, I wonder how this was when she was 31. Like this was probably like
Elton John's another one.
right.
Yeah.
My parents saw him in the 70s, and then they were gonna go see him now, but he sits the whole show now,
I saw Elton John and Billy Joel. They were on concert together.
like in late 90s.
No. This
Early
was like
2000s?
this was probably early 2000s. You know?
I think my parents went to go see that show too.
Yeah, they
It
went.
was
They
a
were.
huge ass show.
Yeah, it was huge because they were like, you know. But you know what I didn't know?
What?
Like you think Elton John plays the piano, and you go, if you had to think, you'd be like, oh, that guy plays the piano. Yeah, he's a piano guy. It's Elton John. He's always like,
Yeah.
that fucking Billy Joel, man. I didn't realize they called him the piano man. He was
He's not messing
blowing
around.
Elton John away, man.
Right.
He's a freak of nature on the piano.
Yeah. He's a freak for
Yeah,
sure.
I was like, this guy's amazing. So I saw, like, you know, I've seen that.
What's the number, like if you had to choose one, or you get both your arms and legs chopped off, what is your favorite concert you've ever seen?
This is serious business.
What are we in Russia right now?
Do you want to know why I said that? Because I ask that question sometimes and people go, I couldn't choose.
Oh, you want an answer.
So instead of doing
The most amazing concert I've ever been to
Ever.
was the Victory Tour, Michael Jackson. And
Oh
Brothers.
shit.
That was a
my
at
God.
Dodger Stadium in '84.
Oh my lord.
That was the most amazing because that was at the. You understand that was at the height of his
yeah, that
power.
that was Thriller time.
Yeah.
That
This
was-
it was Thriller.
Yeah.
He had just done the Motown 25, which was the most amazing television performance at the time.
That one's crazy.
That just like
I
propelled,
just watched that.
that propelled someone into superstardom that like
Yeah.
that's never been seen before.
Yeah.
Or ever since, you know?
Right.
There's very few people that have reached that sort of like fame level.
There's a handful.
Handful, very small. You know what I mean? And especially if you could do it even in the era of social media, it's even more amazing because social media is literally designed to actually tear away at your fame. It actually does. It actually doesn't necessarily enhance your
Yeah.
fame. It puts you in a position to like be torn down.
Yeah, it takes away your mystery. And
It takes away the mystery and all that kind of stuff. Like I don't know if Michael Jackson would have been as famous
He definitely wouldn't have been.
if he had
in
Twitter.
social media, Twitter.
It's like you take a step forward and get 100,000 followers, and then you take 2 steps back when they get to see the inside of your bathroom in your house and what. It's the weird thing with like how
OJ would be in jail.
he would.
No,
That's very true.
No, 100% OJ would be in jail
Yeah.
if he had social media. Because he was paying for his legal fees. If you see that documentary, he's paying for his legal fees, signing memorabilia.
Shit.
Okay, so
He's still doing shit like that. isn't he?
memorabilia was coming to the prison and he was signing footballs and shit, and that's how he was paying for his legal fees.
That's crazy.
According to the documentary, you know. So I'm just saying, so he achieved a fame level of mystery that was you know, so it's like in Michael Jackson, same thing. But anyway, that concert was just, I'll never forget it. It was so amazing.
That's so cool, man.
So I saw Michael Jackson once. I saw Janet Jackson like 3 times.
Damn. You're a big Jackson fan, huh?
At the
How many
time,
times have you seen Tito?
I don't even remember seeing him.
Randy Jackson.
Yeah. Now Randy. I'm kidding. Randy's like that One Direction guy that nobody knows. You got Zayn, you got Harry, and then I'm done after
Randy.
that. Yeah. Then there's Randy.
Ed.
People don't know this, but he was actually part of One Direction. Randy Jackson. It was
Alex.
Yeah.
Alex.
I don't know who those. So I don't know. I mean, I just think that concerts are an amazing thing.
It's just the best, dude, and I feel that way about live stuff in general.
I totally agree. It's not people don't see even sports. Like I always regretted. I saw Jordan when he was playing for Washington, and it was the first time I seen him. And I'm sitting in the stadium and I'm going, "Wow, why didn't I go to a game?
Yeah,
why didn't I go to a game to see him?"
Right.
This is so crazy, but I sat courtside at a Lakers game in 2015.
Who got you those tickets? Let me catch the name.
We're
for
getting
you.
big leagued. We're getting big leagued.
So Nicholson's to my right, and then McConaughey's to my left, but not.
But McConaughey was annoying, so I wasn't listening.
So I look to my left. I do well, Eric. Hey, could someone get me the LaCroix, please?
I can't stand him right now. But go on.
The point is, I am sitting courtside, first time in my life. And from me to where Matheson is Kobe Bryant. And that was crazy as fuck.
Yeah.
It was Kobe Bryant.
The game changes when you're looking up at them.
Yeah.
Right?
And then
Very true.
also, I went back and I sat second row, and guess who's literally right in front of me? Shaquille O'Neal. Couldn't see
So you couldn't
shit.
see the whole game? Yeah, exactly.
Could not
You
see
just kind of want to go, Shaq?
It was actually, I have a video of me just like, this is my view of the game. Just his upper back.
Who was I sitting next to at a game one time or sitting near?
McConaughey? Nicholson?
No, oh my God.
Oh, dude, you were an
Not Green-
avid Clippers fan.
Yeah, but not Green Day. It wasn't the Green Day guy.
Billy Joe Armstrong.
No. It wasn't. It was, and it's not, I forgot his name already. Travis Barker.
Gotcha. Blink.
Blink 182.
Yeah.
They all blends together to me. Green Day, Blink 182. So he's sitting in front of me with his kids, and it was just like his little girl was like the most adorable, but
Oh.
like fancy as hell.
Really?
Wow.
Like she was she was so put together for like a 9-year-old.
Yeah, right.
You know that I was
She
like,
was like styled.
yeah, I mean, it was crazy.
And he's just like no shirt, just
Yeah, and he
full-
just was like, and I go,
tattoos,
and you could tell they were a handful. And I was like, they get in trouble at school a lot. He goes, you have no idea. So like, it's funny when you go to a game like that and you see like, anyway, the point we're trying to make here is this: live events bring together people from so many different walks of life
Yep.
that shows like the camaraderie of the human condition, right? The
yeah.
Million
psychology of why, and this is why we're struggling right now.
Well, because I think we all agree that, Zoom will never be that.
Never.
It's
Absolutely
it's
not.
not even a quarter of what it is. It's just like, I've done some Zoom concerts, dude, and it's the thing that I hate the most in the world.
By
is
the
a
way,
Zoom show.
the only thing that would make a Zoom show feel good is not the show. It would be the after if you interacted with your fans.
Right. Oh, right.
That's
For sure.
the only thing that makes it even worth it, is to be like hearing them being like, "Oh my God, that was so good. Thank you."
Yeah.
Hey, blah, blah. And then you're just like, "Oh," because that is what we're missing from not performing in front of people, because we're getting that instant thing. There's nothing like, just as a comic, a room full of people who are all laughing at you at the same time. So I can't even imagine how that must be, a group of people singing your songs with you and clapping along to the beat of the
Right.
drum, and like, you're controlling the rhythm of this whole place, and then women are screaming, and like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dude,
Your side chick is over here. No, I'm kidding. She runs in right now. I knew it. She's like,
Sarah.
you know what I mean? So it's like, there's nothing like that sort of like,
Nothing, dude.
Have you tried any online stand-up stuff at all? Or
yeah,
no?
it's a nightmare.
It's gotta be horrible.
It's
Yeah.
even worse.
Yeah.
I've heard
At least
from
with music,
every comedian.
No,
knows
but at
that.
least with music,
I know.
it's like a recording session. You don't record
Right.
your album in front of people necessarily.
Especially, like, dude, I was gonna say your style, but like every style of, like, you somewhat feed off the audience.
You have to have it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like in all live stuff, but especially as a comedian, dude. I mean,
Right.
I've seen you half of your show is literally talking to whoever.
You just have to have that.
And you just start roasting someone or whatever. And it's just like, that doesn't happen on Zoom. Oh, your username's fucking weird.
Yeah. Oh, look at this guy leaving the screen. You know, it's like nothing.
Oh, God, I'm in. I might be in a little bit. This guy
check it out.
fucking.
It would only be
For
good
sure.
if like you could control their camera and be like, you know, move around their place. Look at this guy's apartment. You know?
Oh my God.
Cheez-Its? Disgusting.
That would be the only thing. But you know, you don't get so it's terrible. So I don't know, man. I just like I say, I do enjoy. There's nothing like going to a live event, you know. And it's like, especially what I kind of, it always interests me to see, like, you go to a show and you wonder, like, they have some theme, you know, like the bigger acts, they always have, they're not playing the songs the same, or there's like, oh, here comes the acoustic version of this. And, you know, and I always love that kind of stuff.
We hardly do any of the songs, like we do them very similar, but we don't do any songs exactly like the record. And like people love that. We have like a breakdown section where we do like a sing along.
Cool arrangements, fun musical stuff. Yeah.
Cool arrangements and stuff. So you miss that. You don't get that.
You guys should do a Goonies-based video.
That's a great idea.
You know, like the theme is Goonies. But you got to be you're what's his name? Brolin. You're Brolin. Yeah.
I'm so in for Brolin.
He kind of looks like a young.
My hair's going in Brolin direction right now.
It's already there. That is
I gotta get some
1984
sweats
hair.
on and do that fucking like accordion workout thing.
I'm telling you, guys do a
Okay.
a Goonies.
You can
video.
be Andy, the cheerleader.
I'll be whoever. I don't care.
I know you'll be Andy.
That sounds great.
It's gonna be Andy.
He's gonna be Sloth.
No, he's definitely the fat kid.
Chunk.
I'll be Chunk. I understand.
I'm right there with you, man. I don't go to like. Can I tell you guys this quick story about?
I want to
about
hear all your
perception?
stories.
Please.
So I was going to this commercial audition, and I get there, and it's just gorgeous people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Models.
Yeah.
And I walk in, and I'm thinking to myself, finally.
Right where I belong,
You know what I
baby.
mean? I'm looking around like, you know, and I'm like, this
Yeah.
is it. Okay, I'm cute as hell. So I go over to the lady that I'm signing in, and I go, okay, so, you know, where am I to go? And she looks at me, and she points to a corner and goes, Turkish foreman, you know? And I look over in the corner, and there's 3 of the weirdest looking dudes. Like these 3 monsters. 3 monsters in the corner. And I just was like, oh, you know,
Come on.
I'm like, what?
Let's stay with the models, please.
You know, and I was like, so it's like that's
It's like
the thing.
trudged over.
Yeah. I just
Hey,
went,
guys.
you know,
Hey guys.
So I get it. You know, people.
I mean, I'm okay with being Chunk. I'm self-aware.
I think he is a lawyer now, an entertainment lawyer.
Oh yeah, he's a great dude.
Yeah.
I know him. He's a good dude.
He's very successful too.
Yeah, he's a great lawyer.
That's so
He's a
cool.
big entertainment lawyer.
Can I play drums in the video? Does that make
Oh, I think you are actually.
I just like drums. You were. I was thinking about that because you just were asking if we were pretentious or whatever. I don't care. I just want to play drums.
But let me ask you this
Doesn't
though.
matter.
I know. Should we wait? Hold for sound.
We actually never hold for sound because the cool thing about we're the exclusive and only podcast ever done in the balcony.
Most popular.
The most popular, sorry. The number one.
We've made the most money.
Yeah.
Sexiest.
For sure.
Best hair.
Yeah.
You know.
All the above.
All the superlatives.
So we embrace the airplanes
All right.
and the screaming.
Well, here's my question. Since I feel like I've taken over the interviewing on your podcast, but
I literally
like it.
wanted you to do that. So
All right, good.
We're here.
But so here's the thing I want to ask. Like I think a lot of people that are in the entertainment business,
Mhm.
performers especially, we're more pretentious than most people.
Mhm.
It's just by nature, I feel like. But how pretentious are you? So can you listen to a song and albums without listening to the drums?
No.
And being like, what the fuck are they doing?
I try not to judge, but I definitely.
You see what you said? You hear what you said?
Yeah.
You try not to judge.
Yeah.
But what I'm asking you is, you do judge, but can you turn that off?
I think I could. If I
But
was
do
like,
you?
no, I don't.
Yeah, it's hard.
Mhm.
You could if you listened to like I think like when you listen to like D'Angelo and like live drums and stuff, it definitely sets in more than when you'd listen to like Travis Scott. Like you don't really,
Yeah. Right.
you know what I mean? Because those
It's
are all
not. It's
programmed
never like.
drums.
It's not like a bad thing. I don't know. It's just where my ear goes, I guess. So it's like then I'm interested in just thinking
Yeah.
about it from a musical standpoint.
That's a good way to say that, because
yeah.
I feel the same way. Like
Yeah.
when I'm watching, let's say I'm watching a movie, TV show, whatever, I'm just kind of looking. Sometimes I start counting shots, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking at the thing and I go, "Oh, this was a tough day."
Right.
You know, I'm like,
Whoa.
I'm counting the setups.
Well,
You know, I'm counting the setups and going, "Oh man, that was like 6 setups." Like, that must have been a brutal day. But now I'm not paying attention to, you know, I ask this to people a lot. I ask like a lighting person.
Yeah.
I say, can you watch a movie without looking at the lighting?
Right.
And they're like, no, I can't. That's all I see.
Yeah.
Is the lighting. So, you know, so for you, it's such a specific thing.
yeah,
With the
instrument,
drums.
yeah.
But for you, is it like, those words were whack, or like, are you looking
Definitely.
at vocals? Are you like, you know, is it something that you're always in the process of judging?
Yeah, it's a little bit different with the big one is live performance. Like if I go to a show and the singer's awkward on stage, it's not like I'm a hater. I feel for them. I'm like, just, oh no, man, just fucking like, I want you to dig deep and get out of that. Or if they're really like douchey on stage, like that's the first thing I see. But when I listen to
there's a fine line between
definitely
douchey and what you're saying right now, though.
But you can always tell like the people that fake the humble. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah.
there's so many,
Absolutely.
like, I have friends who literally are like kind of like do the like awkward indie guy thing on stage, and then we'll be flexing like while they're doing it. I'm like, fuck out of here. I mean, that's
like, you know, guys, it was so long ago that I.
so sick having you
Let
on.
me just. Well, I mean, again, sex sells, unfortunately.
Yeah,
That's a big. Like, we're gonna listen. Not to be political, but
how dare you?
as long as we use sex to sell things, people, and mostly women, will be objectified.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, so if we use sex to sell, it comes with the objectification. You can't.
Well, yeah, definitely.
They go hand in hand. So we don't talk about it enough. Like, you know, there are. I mean, it happens to men too. You know, underwear models or whatever, or you know. But I just think guys deal with it differently, I guess. But
For sure.
you know, but like
For sure.
for women, it's like, damn. You know, it's like I'm driving down Sunset and there's like a Victoria's Secret big ass billboard of a chick in her bra and panties.
Yeah.
And I'm driving by and I'm going, who the fuck's this for?
Yeah.
Like, who's this for? Like,
Right.
So when I see that, I'm just supposed to be like, oh, that doesn't look good at all. And, you know, that she, you're
Yeah,
driving
yeah.
by, you're
Like,
like, well,
that
goddamn.
lingerie looks nice.
Yeah, right. I'm just,
like-
you know, we're just like, you know,
Yeah,
you're like,
yeah.
this is sex. It's the same kind of thing with this. It's like, we live in it. Like, I'm older than both of you guys. So it's like, you know, I come from a different era. So when social media came around, like, what we're seeing now is like, let me give you a music example. So there are old rappers now. Okay.
Right.
This is a new thing.
Mm-hmm.
So now there's rappers who are 50. You know,
Yeah,
they're like,
never
you know,
seen before
Right.
other than now.
No, or right, or like they're, you know, I'm just saying they're retired rappers.
The
Yeah,
OGs.
Yeah, we're seeing people now, like, you know, they're like, Jay-Z's old now. He's in his 40s. Like, can he still do, you know, so
Right.
the business moves on like that. And so now you know, you have to, this is the first of that generation. So like for me, like, you know, now we're seeing like, so like how many girls, like how long has Instagram been around? 10 years now?
I don't know.
Something like
That
that.
sounds
Yeah.
about right.
So there's girls that were like on Instagram before who were like very provocative, and now they're on their Instagram with their husband and kids.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they got
You know,
a new niche.
So what I'm saying is like we're seeing people like evolve. Hoes actually become housewives now.
There you go.
You know what I mean? They always say
Yeah.
you can't
It's a
make
new
a hoe a
tag.
housewife. You actually can. It's on Instagram.
Yeah.
Here's her 9 years ago, and now here's her now with her like, looking
It's so
like a
crazy.
So it's crazy how we're documenting our life right now that we never did before. So
Yeah.
literally our lives are being documented. And like, so these people right now who are like dancing and showing their ass and like they're doing all these things and whatever, you know, that's there forever.
Right. Yeah.
But this generation of people is like, we're okay with it.
Yeah.
We're okay
This
with
might
it.
be the first generation that's like, I don't give a shit.
I don't give a shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when your kids go, Mom, what? They go, yeah, Mom was crazy back then.
Yeah, right.
You know, but for my generation, it's hard to process.
Sure.
You know?
I do like that aspect of Instagram though, or just like that idea. Like I'll go back and look at posts like 4 years
It's
ago, and
fun.
I'm like, oh, that tour was so fun, or
Nostalgia
that
is
whatever.
fun.
You know, me showing my ass, that was awesome. I loved that.
Oh yeah,
I didn't show
Alex doing the Ace Ventura butt talking. Yeah, it's a great time.
that one really backfired.
We
on
have
me.
we have a lot of crazy times on tour. We have a lot
I'm
of.
sure you do.
Yeah,
You can come with next time.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
what
just-
I open.
Nah, that'd be great.
That'd be fucking awesome. That'd be fucking awesome.
Comedians do that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I
Dave
think my
Chappelle,
buddy.
John
Dave
Mayer.
Chappelle, yeah.
Yeah, but they do. That's like a
too.
co-tour.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
And I
Oh,
would
for sure.
venture to say that Chappelle's way bigger than John Mayer.
I would put John Mayer opening.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You
I would
actually
put-
look like John Mayer too.
Let's go, dude.
God, don't tell him that
Why?
because this is what's gonna happen.
Ow.
That's the universe.
Fucking karma.
That's the universe right there.
We were so not to shift gears, but we were watching Bad Friends when you were on
Oh,
the which I love that podcast, and that was a good
really?
episode.
Wow,
but
amazing.
should I not like it?
No,
Or-
it's just listen. Podcasting is such a strange phenomenon to me.
It's a different medium.
Of the people that watch it and why they watch it and why they get into it. I'm still
Yeah.
trying to figure it out. I'm rebranding my own podcast, Riffin with Griffin, just because of that. It's like I don't know what. I don't want to I had guests all the time, and I just think like people didn't like the guests,
Oh, interesting.
or they liked the guests more than they liked me.
oh,
You know, because like if I have some big person on my podcast and I get all these views, then the next episode they're not watching,
Right.
then it means they didn't want to come watch me.
Sure.
They wanted to watch that person. So I'm
Interesting.
like, nah, I want to find my own fans. I just want people that want to watch me
sure, yeah.
and are engaged with me. And so it's like weird, you know, why people watch these podcasts and like just trying to figure out that. So anyways, but go on, you're watching Bad Friends.
No, that was that's an interesting thought. But yeah, we were watching that. No, I guess this is more of a. I just want to talk about Warzone. Really, is where I'm getting.
Oh,
So,
get to that.
Yeah, that's
Warzone.
because you and Bobby were talking about how you guys were playing together and
Yeah,
all
we do
that.
a
But
little- but it got all. I play every day. I love that game.
we were playing earlier.
You guys, is that your guys' thing? Oh man, I love
Never
that.
played.
It's what I love about. I love the whole battle royale
It's so
phenomenon.
fun. Yeah,
Just because again, this is our need for human interaction and connection. Just the fact that we know we're playing against other real people out there.
yeah.
And the battle for like to be the last person, it inspires our competitive nature.
It's so fun.
The camaraderie. I just every time I get a victory, when I win a solo match.
Are you screaming in your headset?
Oh my! Are you kidding me? I'm going off. I even do a freestyle rap at the end.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. I do it all the time.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's on my stream. You know, Erik Griffin Gaming.
There we go.
So yeah,
Erik
I love
Griffin
Warzone.
Gaming.
Yeah.
It's such
It's
a
so fun and it's so sad. It's like when you drop in, you die immediately.
Yeah,
You
there's
lose
so
in the
many
gulag
there's
in
so many
1
little
second.
stupid things
Yeah.
about the game that get on my nerves too, though.
dude.
Oh, that's right. I saw your Gulag merch.
Yeah, I have I sell merch that has to do with.
Oh man, you got a lot of merch.
Yeah, like cause it's that Teespring shit. So you could just
Teespring's dope.
like, oh, here's a picture, and then put it on a shirt, and then see if 6
Yeah.
people buy it. That's all you need.
Right, who cares?
Who cares? You know
Is
what I
that
mean?
what Griffin Gulag? Is that what you have?
Yeah, I call myself Gulag Griffin.
Gulag.
Dude, the gulag, you can ruin some relationships in the gulag.
It's just such a fun. Like I say, it's such an amazingly fun game.
I have absolutely no idea what you guys are
Because you're
talking
not a
about.
video game
it's
guy.
Fortnite though, right?
I mean, I know what it is. Have
But
I
like
played
the
it? No.
concept of
He's
Fortnite.
just not a.
No, but you know what we did start playing that's very fun and horribly scary is Outlast. Have you played Outlast?
No, I haven't
Oh,
played that.
dude.
Horrifying.
Oh, it's one of those scary games.
Yeah, because you can't do it. Your goal is to run away from the thing trying to kill you. You don't have a gun. You don't have a knife. You,
It
you just
literally-
have to
yeah,
get away.
The whole
So
point of the game is
There's just jump scares every minute, and it's amazing, but it's terrifying. It gives me nightmares for sure.
All right, I have to check that one out.
it's really rough.
I'm just so into playing Warzone.
Warzone is just it's just
It's just such
Yeah,
such a challenging
The
game.
Gulag is crazy, bro.
Ah, whatever.
listen, dude. Okay,
Yeah.
Like when you drop, like when you
Okay,
you fly.
my girl. I don't know if you're in a relationship.
I am not. No,
Oh, sorry to hear that. The drummer's life.
just alone in life. Just
yeah.
I'm just chunk.
Just it's like the drummer right before the roadie. You know what I mean? Just
Just right before.
That's me, baby.
no, but like my girl's always like, yeah, she's always like, "What are you doing in there?"
Yeah.
You're always talking about your loadout and your. You know, she just hears me yelling and like, what are you talking about on me? What are you talking about? You know.
I was home with my family last week. I brought my PlayStation home and we were like playing online and stuff. And it was that those scene out of those movies. My mom was like talking to me. I was like, "Mom, not right now!
Mom, I'm in the gulag!"
You did that?
Oh, it was so real.
That's
Yeah.
me, dude. That's me and Rachel. My girl's name's Rachel. She's always like she's coming in, you know, like we have a package. I need you. I was like, Rachel, I don't care, woman. I am in war. She's like, just turn it off. You can't just turn it off.
Yeah.
I'm in the middle of it.
That's not how it works.
You know what I mean? I got 6 kills. I got my loadout. I can't just leave this game right now.
She's like, loadout?
Yeah. You know,
What?
Close the door. You know?
I mean, in all seriousness,
And that's why Spencer is a hey, buddy.
hey man,
Hey, buddy.
All
You
right.
totally deserve her. That's what we were saying.
nothing but nice stuff.
All nice things. All
Oh, man.
Anyways, we don't have to talk
That's
about video games.
right, enough about that. What do you want to talk about? Song lyrics? What do you...
All right. Okay. All right.
When you got your first guitar? Let's hear that story again, huh?
The Christmas of
Yes.
2008.
There we go.
It was gray.
Oh, man.
Out.
I do remember when I got my first drum set though, and I got it for
Yeah,
Christmas.
come on, dude.
What?
Kidding.
Go on.
It was a nice time. That was just funny because my dad fell asleep on the couch, like putting the Christmas gifts out, and he set up the drum set for me and made the very horrible mistake of falling asleep 3 feet from the drum set. And I, of course, woke up at like 6:30 or something horrible, and then just started going crazy on the drums at like 6:35. Probably gave him a legitimate heart attack.
Man, isn't that funny, though, when you look back at that and think, that was your father a musician?
Yeah, he plays guitar. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you had that in you. He basically was like, he knew how important it is to have a drummer.
Yeah.
You know?
Mhm.
He was,
He definitely- yeah.
You know,
We were in a band together when I was in high school.
He had a drummer on purpose.
Yeah.
You know, he was
He
like,
just
honey,
molded me.
I need a drummer.
He'll be cheap. I'll just feed him.
Yeah, exactly. Your dad had a cheap drummer. How dare he?
I was cheap. I just got free food, afterwards, which was great.
But that's what a great influence that is on your life, though.
No, it was awesome. And I mean, just going to rehearsals when I was super young, with his band and stuff. And then he did pay me, but literally was doing paying gigs when I was in the middle school.
That's great.
That's awesome.
I was probably horrible, but they paid me
Look
for
at
it.
you.
So
Sidekick on a podcast.
now look at me, a little less horrible. Just
What about you? The same kind of thing? Were you influenced by your parents?
Yes. My dad was in a band.
Wow, look at that.
really?
He was a lead singer.
I did not know this.
Yeah.
I thought I literally thought you were
He
making up a
stopped
story.
when he did it for
Actually, John Mayer.
5 to 7 years before I was born, and then up until when I was 5, and they were called Crush Hour.
Oh,
Yes.
no. So you
And
actually derailed his dreams. Haven't
Dude,
you?
how dare I? They played Green Day covers.
Hell yeah.
Nirvana, it was like 1997 music.
Yeah.
Wow.
Who else was around that time? Gin Blossoms,
Yep.
Stone Temple Pilots,
Love Stone Temple Pilots.
some good shit. Counting Crows, a lot of that kind of stuff.
Counting Crows, that's late 90s. That's exactly what I
Oh
think
my god,
of.
dude. Yeah.
When was Sugar Ray? When was all that?
That was
2001.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We try to
Every morning there's a halo hanging
It's too good.
out the
No one knows that part of the song.
On my girlfriend's four-post bed. That part.
Yeah.
Sugar Ray fucking rocks.
Yeah, he was huge for a second.
Oh yeah.
Right?
He's still. We talked about this on an episode, but he goes on a dad tour, Sugar Ray, Blues Traveler, and Smash Mouth go on tour.
Oh.
Dude.
Sounds like a great tour.
Dude,
They should do a retired rappers tour at some point.
They have done that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Big Daddy Kane, those type of people. LL Cool J, those guys.
oh, that's cool.
Kids today think LL Cool J is an actor.
That is wild.
They don't even know that he was
Right,
Same
Yeah.
with Ice Cube.
But there was it's like when Run DMC and those people get together. Yeah, Ice Cube too, same kind of thing.
People literally think Ice Cube is from Are We There Yet?
Yeah.
I'm like,
Legendary rapper, and he's just.
well, ever since the movie came out, I think they know now. But people my little brother thought that he was from that movie.
Yeah.
Are We Done Yet and Are We There Yet? 2 not bad movies.
Ice Cube wrote Friday, didn't he? Or
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, it's a good movie too. That's
Yeah,
a really good one.
that's his that's what I'm saying. You didn't at that time you didn't know you can diversify
Yeah.
The people that had
my God, yeah.
the people that had that in them, that they're still around today. Right?
Yeah, like a 50 Cent story, like that kind of, fucking, you do movies and then you also are smart water and you like diversify in
That being
6
said,
ways.
Ice Cube was great in 21 Jump Street.
Oh, he's
and
hilarious,
22
yeah.
Jump Street.
Yeah, he's a really funny dude.
Yeah.
21 Jump Street. Jump. Also looks like Johnny Depp.
You gotta give it.
Is that one a good one?
That's a good one. What?
Johnny Depp is 2020. Johnny Depp is alright, my. I just do Jack Sparrow.
Yeah.
I actually wanted to ask you this from the beginning, but I just haven't asked you yet.
Oh, I know. Here we are, 2 hours in, right? Are we wrapping up? What's happening here?
It's been like 8 hours.
Never.
It's been a while.
This is a maybe seen as like a cliche answer, but I'm very curious about, like, as a musician, I've had shows where I've wanted to kill myself after, and it's just been
Same with the crowd, but
horrendous. Oh, for real. Do you remember, like, in particular, like the first time you like bombed in a huge way? And this could be like maybe after you've like kind of like,
it wasn't like necessarily like, oh man, it was all early on stuff.
I would assume so, because you get so many hours in. Like,
you're like, I'm at a point. It's also about caring about it. Is another thing too.
Interesting.
That's really what it is. It's like, you get to a certain point where if you have a really bad show, you know why you had a bad show. You can look back as a performer and someone that's consistently performing. You could be like, I told you I shouldn't have had that thing before I performed, or I told you we need to go to bed last night. Like, you could trace it back. It's not going to be like you had this bad show because you just sucked that day. If you really think about it, you're going to know I didn't prepare the way I should have prepared, or I didn't, that's what happens when you become a professional, But in the early stages, you don't know what's going on. You just think just performing is all you want,
Mm-hmm.
As a comic, you get to a point where when you stop worrying about the laughter is when you really start to excel, because you have a different motivation to why you're up there and what you're looking to do, the message you're trying to get across.
What is that motivation then?
Well,
for you?
sometimes it's like you just want people to hear you out. Here's what I think about this subject. This is my point of view. And that laughter is an acknowledgement that they agree or disagree with you.
Okay.
But they're enjoying the process of you explaining yourself.
They're enjoying the art form. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the art form.
Right.
I'm
cool.
explaining how I feel about this.
Mhm.
And my performance is how emotionally engaged I am in the thing I'm talking about. Or it could be you're a wordsmith like Seinfeld.
Yeah.
You're someone that puts together a string of words that become a brilliant sentence, joke, and people laugh because they go, that was good. I appreciate what you just did. That's all that the laughter is.
Yeah.
For some people, the laughter is like, I can't believe this. You said that, you piece of shit. That's what the laughter is.
You're right.
Yeah.
It's different in a lot of ways like that.
It's different for every single person for every single person too. Because like you could be.
I've laughed in at least 5 different ways that I can remember with different comedians.
Yeah, that's why laughter is such a powerful thing. It's because laughter conveys, it's as if you don't have let's say if you didn't have the intellect to express how you feel about a subject, that language would be laughter.
Wow.
Interesting.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So that in that laughter, if there was subtext, if there was like,
Right.
subtitles, it would be like, I totally agree with what you just said because I feel the same way because this happened to me when it's like, that's everybody's story in their head. And that's why you're laughing.
Right. Yeah. Have you always had that mindset about
No.
Okay. Yeah.
No, not at all. And that's what I'm saying in the beginning. It was just like, you're just trying to kill. I got to make all these people laugh,
Yeah.
And if it doesn't work, like my worst show, I'll never forget. It's like, I just got knee surgery, so I have crutches. I have the brace on.
Yep.
And the guy calls me and says, dude, the MC at the Improv canceled and I need you to come. I want you to come be on the MC on my show. I should have said no.
Yeah.
But no, I went. I'm crutches.
Yeah.
Going up and down the stage. I go on stage and I just ate it for 10 minutes. Silence.
Ugh.
I bring up the first comic and he kills. And I just sat there and been like, I don't know how to do this.
Right.
You know, I'm just sitting there, I don't know how to do this. What am I doing wrong? You know, you just get, that's what happens. You get on your head.
Get in your own head.
When you're early on, you get all in your head. But when you become a pro,
Yeah.
you know.
I actually like didn't realize how much I agree with you until you explained that.
Oh, good.
Because I think early on when I would blow it, it was definitely because I didn't know who I was as an artist.
Right.
I was up there doing some fuckboy thing, like just because I thought it would work. And that's when I got, silence or dudes going like this to me with their middle fingers. It literally because I was like trying to, be something that I wasn't. And then as soon as I found out what that thing was, I was like, no one can fucking like hate me. Like you could be like, yeah, I don't really fuck with them, but you're not going to boo me. Like I feel like I would never grab my crotch on stage or do something that's like that crazy polarizing. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely a learned thing.
Yeah.
It's 10,000 hours for real.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But I always say that too to people too. That thing is an interesting thing too. So like, as a comic, people that want to be comics and they're like, well, I want to be a comic. And I go, okay, well, let's say if you did, for a year, 365 days, and you did a 10-minute set every single day, well, how many minutes is that you've done? And if you do the math, and if you're supposed to get 10,000 hours in, you're a long ways off.
Ways to go, yeah.
Yeah, ways to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, years more.
You got a ways to go. So it's like, again, you just become a pro. You become you get to know yourself. So like when you have a bad show, you know what happened.
You really do. God, dude, you really do.
You know what I mean? You know what
I
happened.
know exactly what you mean.
You shouldn't have smoked crack before that one show.
Or whatever it is. It's like, why'd I have that burger? Or like, there's like things that you break your routine. And sometimes you don't even know you have a routine.
Yeah.
Until you look back and go, it's when we did this. We never do that. And we did
There's
it.
so many examples in my head just going.
Yeah.
We don't sleep.
Yeah.
Not on purpose when we literally have to drive for forever. But
Like when we killed that guy before the show, we had like a weird vibe.
it was just like,
It's a weird
should
vibe
we
on
have done-
stage.
Should we have buried him where we buried him? No,
Probably
but
should have buried him.
you have like a whole thing. It's like, and then you have like a language. There's like a language that you have like with your partners. Like for me, see, the thing with you guys is like you have a group. So you guys have a dynamic, and it's like one of those things where, it's like when you're watching gymnastics, and you hear the announcer who used to be a gymnast.
Yep.
And they're like, the person does a tumble, and you go, they go like this. Oh.
yeah.
And we're looking like this. The fuck you talking about? I look perfect.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how it is with you guys. So you guys
For
could be
real.
in a show, and
Right. Yeah, yeah.
later you could be like, dude, what the fuck on did you another? You go, I know, like
Every show
my
is like a little
sticks,
thing.
I did something with I missed the whatever beat. You guys just know that people listening are just like, what? I don't know. I didn't hear shit. It sounded great to me. I was
Right.
loving it.
Yeah.
So that's what happens. You get this kind of thing.
I need to be reminded of that sometimes because sometimes we get so bent out of shape after,
Yeah.
and like even my own manager's like, "What? What are you talking about? If it makes you feel better, I legit didn't hear anything wrong."
Right.
But we're perfectionists in that regard.
I know, but what you have to just remember is just keep that in mind. Just be like, oh shit, yeah, I'm a perfectionist. The pursuit of perfection is what makes people great, but you'll never achieve it.
That's some
Yeah, it's
wise
the
shit. That's some real wise shit right there.
well, it's true. I mean, that's what keeps people going.
Yeah,
they want
yeah.
they love what they're doing. They love the art, and that's what that sounded like to me. Is it like when you're doing it because you love the art and you want to not perfect that art, but like you're doing.
No,
you're
you do want to perfect. No,
Yeah.
that's what I'm trying to say. You're trying to be like, because we've all said like, oh, that was a perfect whatever.
Yeah.
Because we just mean that it was. I can't think of the whatever I did wrong. But if you record it and look back later, you could be like, oh,
right.
even the great shows you've had, you could be like, I can't believe we didn't realize that we didn't do this, or I missed this thing.
I
cue or
never know
something.
where that line is. I used to work in it with a different artist, with a different sound guy. You know the sound guy. But after every show,
Crazy man.
Yeah, he would literally go, "All right, guys, let's say 3 things we did wrong and 3 things we did right." And like sometimes be like, "Okay, this is like objectively maybe a good idea. Let's like hold ourselves accountable." But then other times it was like, "Why can't we just
The crowd was
enjoy
wild.
what
Why
we just
can't-
did? You know, why are we overanalyzing everything?"
Well, I mean, I
you
think
know?
that it's important to like everything that we do is like you intellectualize it, especially like something like just like a podcast. This is what we're doing right now. We're intellectualizing our thoughts, and then we let all that go when we go do it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think the most important thing about that, that sound guy was saying was not the 3 things you did wrong, but it was to remind you to say the 3 things that you did right.
Sure.
You know,
Yeah.
and that's the part that like we all forget to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it is important to be like, yeah, I killed that drum solo, didn't I? Because
I don't get a lot of drum solos.
what's going on here?
You get a lot of drum fills.
Yeah, that's true.
You get too many drum fills. I'm like, yeah, just do a fill. You're like, are you sure? I'm like, yes, all fills are good all the time.
But I'm saying, like, it's like it's important to take those moments and be like, yeah, I fucking rocked that. Because our instinct is always to be like, oh, I could tell you 10 things I did wrong.
Right. Yeah.
Because there are always going to be a few things.
Well, it's almost easier to be just more critical on yourself and because we all are in that similar boat of where we want to be getting better and we want to be putting out a good product. So it's just easier to be negative when you're in that mindset, you know. But so you're absolutely right.
We found the line. We're starting to find the like. Well, let's talk about this in 2 hours. Let's fucking like have a shot and like celebrate that crazy crowd.
Let's go bury that guy.
That's the reason that we do it. We gotta get back to Minnesota to bury that guy because I don't know where he is.
No, but it is important
Callback,
it is important to enjoy what just happened.
It's the most important part I've learned.
And that's a hard thing to do, but it is important to just sit there and be like, wow, all these people, came to this. I mean, I find that sometimes even the smaller shows are like the ones
that are really special.
Special. Like if you play in some little rock bar and there's like 62 people there, and you're just kind of like those 62 are like the greatest energy. I mean, it's like because you realize that like it's not even like when you say, oh, that crowd was great. You forgot to say, no, you were great because that's why the crowd was great.
Sure.
It's a symbiotic relationship.
Sure is.
Ooh. That's true.
That reminds me of a time in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I think it was 2016. Very early on, I played a show and there's 42 people there. And I'll always remember that show because it was wild. For 42 people, I was like, if I could do, like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
They were wild. And there's 42 people in front of the stage.
Yeah.
Remember that?
I do remember that.
Yeah. So much fun.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah,
you have to like remember those moments.
10,000 people and they're super dry and lame. It just it definitely is remembering all those special little moments.
Yeah, man. It's like the ones that are, it's just that there's those people that are. There is a certain craziness to the artists that we admire the most.
Yeah,
there's a certain thing about them, and the reason is because. They just know how to be completely uninhibited and they know how to be completely vulnerable in their art form. And to achieve that, what does it take? I mean, it's like sometimes we're just looking from the outside and we're just kind of like, how do I achieve that? Are there
people in the comedy world that you feel like embody that well right now?
Yeah, there's a lot of people like that. Chappelle's like that.
True.
It's very much like that. It's just such a great orator.
Yeah.
Beyond being a comic or he has a funny voice and the way he says things is just funny regardless, on top of being like super smart and really well crafted sentences, he's got this sort of vulnerability of being like, I don't give a fuck, I'm gonna say this. There's just
so special.
It's a special thing. So I'm sure when you've like I've seen concerts where I'll just be like, damn, this person's got it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Or like whatever. Like I mentioned, what's that place on? It's not Fountain. It's a club in
West Hollywood.
No, but it's off Hollywood. It's off Hollywood and like Vine. And they have like it was like every Monday night they had like.
Oh, is it small?
Small place. You had to walk upstairs to get to it, and it was like. You saw up and coming artists there.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
I forgot the name of the
thing
place.
that Savannah did that we went to with Leslie. Not Savannah. That we
And
went
there's like
with.
2 bars in there.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Real intimate.
Like the study or I can't think
It's
of
not
it.
the study, but the study's cool.
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's called it's something that's a school name.
Yeah,
School
it's like a
night.
school-
They
it's
call it
school
school
night.
night.
School night, yeah.
They call
There
it
we go.
school night. Forgot the name of the place though.
Yeah.
There's some big artists that stop in there right before they pop.
Bro.
Yeah.
You know who I saw
Always.
there?
Who?
I was in there one night and Echo Smith was in there.
Really?
No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
Their album hadn't even come out yet.
This
You know
is
what I mean?
Day one.
They had
episode.
they had 1,000 Instagram followers. That's
Yeah.
the kind of thing they were.
Crazy.
You know? And they're
Wow.
doing their songs. And I was like, I said to my friend, I was like, these kids are gonna fucking be huge, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And I've just followed them ever since. You know what I mean? So now I only keep it. They're so big now that they don't even like
Right.
respond to me. You know, but I saw them on like at a one of those like summer tour things, and you know I saw one of the kids. They were like, Eric, you know, they knew me. You know what I mean? Because their mom was their manager. It was just like what I'm saying is like that kind of thing. Sometimes you see people, and you go, you know, it's more than being a good singer. It's more than being pretty, more than being handsome,
Hell
more than
yeah.
being there's something about really being an artist that can connect.
There's just the connection, dude.
That's something there that like not everybody has that shit. It's like that should be the goal. That is the goal, to
Yeah.
be connected with my art in such a way that people, it's like a language and a signature.
It really is.
That people know that that's who you are. Mariah Carey's got that, by the way.
Hell yeah.
Like
she
Mariah
does.
Carey can take a cover song.
And
She'll
make
take
a Mariah Carey song.
and make it a Mariah Carey
Yes, she
song.
can.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's something
She
about it
really
that you
can.
go, well, she made that hers. Like she took that song and she put her thing on it. That's special. You know?
She sings Old Town Road and Whistle Tone. That's just beautifully. That'd be fucking awesome. That'd be awesome.
That would be really sweet.
We had a small show. Do you know what the Peppermint Club is?
No, where's that?
West Hollywood. Fucking, I don't know.
Yeah,
By the
that's-
Beverly Center, kind of. Really tiny spot, like a club vibe. And we had a magical night there. And that was actually the night that I got signed by a label because they came to the show and that's what sold them.
Oh, see, that's what I'm talking about.
And it was just like, this is like really.
See, and those are the shows. Let me just, not to cut you off, but I just want to get in your head. But those could be some of the shows before that you might be like, you come out and go, what is this? This is going to be bullshit.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I was just nervous because it was like mostly friends. It was kind of, it was a few years ago before I really like had, you know, any sort of a following. And so it was mostly friends and industry people. And I thought that I was like, I'm nervous because they're there, but also like, oh, I have to play this show. And then it was an amazing, incredible night that I'll never forget ever in my life.
Yeah.
But that's what, it's just something that, like, it's like, what is that thing that some people can just turn on?
What if it's something that you can't explain? You know what I mean?
Well, it is unexplainable, and that's why there are very few superstars.
Yeah.
That's why there are very few people that really
Yeah.
embody. You go, well, that guy's a fucking star. They got something about them,
You
whether,
live in-
whether you like them or not. Like again, I've been around Justin Bieber
Yeah.
a few times. He's got that thing.
Oh God, yeah.
I'm sure he does.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's a thing
He really
about him
does.
that's like, it's not. It's like I am not surprised. Love him or hate him, that he's got.
And he's like in the stratosphere of fame too. Like
Yeah,
he's,
it's such
just crazy.
It's a crazy sort of like thing. I've been in a room with him where if he walked over there, the whole room for some reason is going to go over there.
Yeah.
You know, also a lot of it is like, you got a lot of yes people around you, and you got a lot of people
Sure.
they're there obviously because of him.
Right.
But you magnetize for sure.
Yeah, he's got magnetism, you know. So I think a lot of these kind of like these people, they got this thing, man. I don't know, man. It's like I wish there was something you could explain, like, you know, what's that
Yeah.
thing? So it's like, to me, it's just about, you know, the first step is just like really truly trying to be as connected as possible, and in this moment, whatever that moment is
Yeah.
you're having, you know.
It's just like charisma on steroids. I don't know. Yeah, there's no way to.
Yeah, I wish we could. Oh God,
But it's kind of.
I feel like those people don't even think about it though. You know, like it's just like this.
it's almost a curse.
Yeah. It's just.
Yeah.
You know.
Definitely.
It's almost like somebody put a spell on them. They're like, I wish this would stop. Everybody loves me, and I can't stand it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
it's like they would think
Yes.
of it like that.
Seriously.
You know?
And then a lot of them get this crazy anxiety from being loved too much.
Yeah.
Zayn from One Direction, like literally, like has won't go on tour because has this like people are like he's one of the most like sought after stars in the world, and people show up at his house and stuff, and he can't handle it sometimes. It's crazy.
You think that's what you want until you have it.
Very true.
Yeah.
Like my level of fame is perfect. 1 out of 60 people will be like, "Oh shit, Workaholics,"
Right. Yeah.
That's pretty lit. That's
Workaholics is great, but
the other 59 is just like they're just kind of like just some dude, But like now it's even less because of like the things. But now it's for other things. It's like whatever. Oh, I saw
you're
you
Rachel's boyfriend.
I said, yeah, I know. Oh gosh, she's gonna love that. I gotta play that clip for her. It'll be like, oh, you were in Murder Mystery or whatever movie, whatever thing it is. So it's like,
which was good.
But I'm saying I can't imagine being like Tom Cruise or like Will Smith or something. Can you imagine just where you literally can't go anywhere?
Yeah.
I think that I want that. That's like my goal until I start talking about it, and I'm like, nope, not there, not all the way there.
No, but see, here's the thing though. This is important. That's a byproduct.
Well, right.
Of you know what I mean? So that's why the true goal is like what it really is about this art and this connection to the art and connecting to the fans and like something about pushing out this message that you have, whatever that is. The byproduct is something that is out of your control. That's money and fame. It's out of your control.
But reaching people and connecting is actually the goal.
Right.
Not for everybody.
Not for everybody.
But for the people that do last, it is a huge
part. But what
part.
I'm saying is if your goal is to be a superstar, then your first goal should be that connection.
Yep.
That's what's going to have people really feeling like, oh shit, this is something happening.
Right.
It's
genuine. People love when you're yourself. That's how you connect to people.
And not everybody has that,
Right.
It's a special fucking thing.
It is super special.
And we love it.
I do like it. Now I want to talk about Workaholics. What are we on, like hour 4?
Hour 6.
Just
but it's so, we don't got to talk about it. Come on, man. It's so old.
Yeah,
I did love it though.
Yeah, it's like the first thing I saw you in, and one of my.
Yeah, that was my first.
Actually, we rewatched it all on tour last year, and I hadn't seen it in years, and so I rewatched it. It's just fantastic.
It's 100% what happened. Spencer sitting in the front seat, this close to the screen.
I do watch really close,
and then turn around and tell me a line. I'm like,
literally, like play it for him over my shoulder. It's crazy, right? Like when you took Molly and then just got.
Yeah, that's like
fucked.
one thing I do like about the current state of media is that people are like finding that show for the first time now.
Dude, it's taking on a new life.
Yeah, people are finding it. They're like, people, but it's like that's where we are right now. Like before, back in the past, like my old days, it would be like a show would come out and it would be gone.
Yeah,
show comes on,
Yeah.
It's on, and then it's just gone.
I've heard from the Office castmates that they said that they are more famous now.
Yeah, of course.
Than they were in 2009.
Oh, I'm sure, man.
Because of Netflix. They're just like,
that shit is everywhere. So it's like, so I get it. So that's what I love about it. I'm like, oh, this is great. People still you stay relevant.
Slingshots.
You stay like, in the public eye. People think of you as like, oh, you're, you're a celebrity or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whatever that is, a pseudo celebrity or whatever your fame level is, whatever. But like, people, so then you could stay. That's why I do a podcast. You do a podcast so people, you stay out there, especially now in this time. Who knows when we're going to get back?
You got time too. Everybody's got time now.
Yeah,
that's why we started this.
I'm jealous of like I understand that you want to perform it for the front of people, but it is great that like a lot of people blew up just being on YouTube, singing acoustic songs.
Yeah.
They that's how they started. So there is something still great about being a musician.
I'm just glad I can still hit the studio. I'm glad I can still write songs. I have music coming out, and like at least I can do that.
Right. It's tougher. It's tougher for us other art forms.
Right. If you wanted to go do like a live comedy album, you legit can't. You gotta wait.
Crazy,
it out.
man.
Yeah. Or go to Dayton, Ohio, and go to Dave Chappelle's outside farm stage.
I know. This is weird. It's weird times. I think we're all, this is going to touch our lives for many years to come.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what our world's going to look like when we.
I was going to say, what do you think happens next?
I don't know. We just have to. I think we're still in a holding pattern. You know,
Yeah.
it sucks that we're in an election year, which sucks because that really determines like what direction we're going in. You know.
Yeah.
Really, like, because we have no information.
Well, hey, we have 2 excellent candidates. Okay.
Actually, they're not the issue, man. You know, if you really want to affect change, you got to vote for your senators and governors.
Sure.
And Congress.
Legit, and that's what
That's
people.
the only thing that's going to make change. Like people think it's about they think it's only Biden and Trump. Man. You know, if you don't change the Senate or you don't change, then nothing's gonna.
Doesn't matter anyway. Yeah.
Doesn't matter anyway. So it's like
Just maybe get a dude that tweets less.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But doesn't know how to tweet realistically.
So then we got So what's gonna happen next is like we have to wait and see with all that.
Yeah.
And who knows? Like it's like again, it's like so much misinformation that I don't know what's
bad.
real.
All you can do is literally dig in deep, get a box of Cheez-Its, and get in the gulag.
Gulag. This guy.
That's all you can do.
You don't want to be in the gulag, dude.
Okay,
I
dude.
just want to pop him in the face. You know what I mean? Like a gulag with no guns.
Yeah. Just throwing knife.
Yeah,
I
man.
don't know what that means.
Yeah, so it's like, again, I don't know what's going to happen. I just, it's either going to be, again, this is going to be a part of our lives forever, and we're just going to have to buck up and just like deal with it.
Man, and sometimes I feel weird comfortable in the fact that I don't know what's happening next, and then sometimes I have a full-on panic attack.
That's
about,
blissful.
like,
That's just blissful ignorance. You know, that's all that is. But
Yeah.
at the same time, we go, well, damn. Like, I don't know if you guys know anyone. You guys are young, you know, so you guys, I don't like.
I'm 13, so
Corona might not be something that you guys like. It's not one of those things you go, oh, I'm not a, you know, am I super scared to get this? I don't know. Or
Yeah.
you might know people who have gotten it and it's like, they got over it. It was no big deal. But
Right.
like for me, I'm worried about, I don't know if I'm going to get over it, or I think about my parents.
Right.
I don't want to like, I go on the road and then I get sick and I'm fine, but then I kill my mom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
which is like legitimately possible. Unfortunately.
yeah. So it's like, so I haven't seen my mom in 6 months.
Yeah.
You know?
It's tough, man. It's
You know? And my
horrible.
mom's got dementia. So it's
Oh,
like,
really? Wow.
anyway, it's difficult. So it's like at a certain point you got to go, well, how are we going to live? Like,
Yeah.
What kind of life we're going to live, you know? Like,
Right.
you know, what are we going to do? It's like at a certain point, are people going to be like, we got to have concerts. We'll just all wear masks and just like if something happens, something happens.
Man.
There's people that feel like that.
I will tell you that there's absolutely in no world will people keep on their masks at a concert. I just
No
don't
way.
trust people.
But this is
enough.
what I'm saying though, is like at a certain point though, you go, okay, well, what does this mean? So there has to be some sort of like, until there's some sort of like solid treatment.
Do you think that would just
Until there's like, you know, like Tylenol cold and flu, until there's Tylenol Corona,
Right. Yeah.
until there's like, the world is going to be in this kind of flux.
Yeah.
So until we have a solid, like, hey, here's a great treatment. People are recovering in 2
Yeah.
weeks because they did this.
Right.
That's when the world will get back to
wouldn't
normal.
it be so fire if right after the election it just like comes up and
You
it's
mean like SARS?
it's like, hey, we fixed it.
Like SARS. Yeah.
SARS?
Is that what happened?
Dude, SARS.
Yeah.
Google this shit. Google SARS.
I remember like how many people died from it, but I didn't see the cure. Like
SARS vanished.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking about it just.
Why did anybody talk about it after?
Nobody talks about
The
that
press
kind of
was
stuff,
like-
man. Nobody talks about that kind of stuff. SARS literally vanished.
I remember
Wouldn't that be
that,
so
yeah.
hype if that happened?
That'd be great. That'd be
That's what I'm
fantastic.
hoping.
Right, yeah.
Part of me thinks, I hope this really is some kind of weird conspiracy. So then
Well,
we can like get over
Yeah,
it.
Right,
So
yeah.
what's like? What do you really want to happen? Do you want it to be that it's a conspiracy and it's not really real?
Yeah.
Or do you want it to be like, oh, it is real?
Right. Yeah.
And what are we gonna do? Like, I think
Right.
I think that's scarier.
It's definitely. is.
yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I
it
just
is.
think
You know what I mean?
that'd be tight if it was a conspiracy. I'd be.
I know. Then we could be like, oh, what? You got me. And then you're gonna be like,
Joke's on
our
me.
tour dates. I'm in Oregon. Spencer
Yeah.
Music.
Right.
Hawthorne Theater.
Yeah, we'll be at the Hawthorne in 2 days. We set it up.
We just got to talk to Elon and the people that run the simulation and tell them to
just tell 'em
speed
to-
this whole thing up.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. You know? The culling that they're having right now.
That's a little too real. It's very real.
I mean, it felt like that at first because you were like, okay, so let me get this straight. Kids don't get it,
Right.
but only sick people and old people who our society treats as a burden, we're getting rid of them. Sounds like
Yeah. Well, I mean, there just is so much misinformation. There's
That's the
literally
thing.
no way of knowing.
There's no, I can't even watch the news because
Yeah.
I don't even
Bro,
know. And you just
I
turn
haven't
it
watched
off.
in months.
Yeah.
So if that's the goal, like instead of it's like you go instead of like being like, oh, fake news. You know what's better for them? No news at all.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know. Then you just go click, and now we're sitting here like people say, "Hey, did you hear this happen?" And I go, "Nope,
Nope.
Yeah.
didn't
I
hear.
don't fucking know.
Didn't hear it all. I don't know what's going on.
Did you hear
Yeah.
about the new thing?
Didn't know about the
I
fires.
don't fucking know.
Yeah.
I didn't know about the fires till somebody was like, "Hey, you know, this fire. What fires? What fire?" And I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh shit." Then you look it up and you're like, "Wow, this is really bad." And I realized how much I'm not paying attention.
It's almost healthier not to pay attention because there's so much
Literally.
freaking crap all the time.
So much.
I don't know.
Ask me if I know about COVID-19.
Do you know about COVID-19?
I don't fucking know. Ask me if I know about the fires.
Do you know about the fires? You know about the gulag?
I don't fucking know.
He knows about the gulag.
He knows
though.
about the gulag now.
I really
You
don't
gotta put
fucking
those
know.
fires in the gulag.
See? Molotovs. That's what I'm talking about.
I can't stand Molotovs. It takes so long. You have to light it, then you have to put your,
It's a whole thing.
it should be like this, like, lit, boom. I died so many times throwing a Molotov.
Yeah.
Mid-throw.
Right, Spencer?
It's crazy.
Anyways.
I hate
All right,
you.
fuckers.
Not you. I don't hate you. But
Let's ask. We usually ask this at the end of that episode.
We
But
wrapping this up?
yeah, we usually
Let's
ask
wrap.
what one word to describe your day would be, if you had to put it all into one word.
What, to this day?
Yeah, this day today.
One word to describe this day. It's been, well, because of this, I think it's been a little provocative.
Ooh.
Thought-provoking. How about that? Or provoking. Or I had to hyphenate it. Thought-provoking.
Thought provoking
I'll
is good.
accept.
I did like provocative, but that'll
Yeah,
do.
but provocative has like so many connotations.
It wasn't
to
as sexy. It wasn't
Yeah, it's
sexy
not
enough.
as you know what I mean. It's not. Yeah.
Right.
So thought provoking. It's like I think which is
about
which is what we're missing in. That's what I was saying about the communal
Yeah.
Yeah.
human experience is what we've all been missing.
That's very true. And it's unfortunate. But that's, well, never mind. We're always going to start in a whole down a different.
2 hours later, I thought I was leaving.
I don't want to go next. I need to think. So you go.
Mine is not so thought provoking as Eric's, but it genuinely was very slow. My day was very slow.
Slow. Okay.
Yeah. Other than this has been really fantastic. This has been a lot of fun.
A lot of days, but when you describe a lot of days recently, it's like either
Yeah.
boring or slow or just like ugh.
I just like am in between doing a lot of shit.
People always ask me, how are you doing? I just go, eh.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know.
eh. It's the
That's
best
a good way to
you know what I
describe
mean?
it, yeah.
I'm eh. You know, because it's like, how are you? Yeah, you know how I am. Well, how are you,
Right.
motherfucker? You're not doing anything.
I didn't do anything today.
Yeah, you know
I'm
what
not
I
going to do anything tomorrow.
Right. Fuck.
That's true. I'll go with uphill.
Interesting.
I woke up a little hungover.
Gotcha.
Then
We had some drinks last night.
Then
This is a problem we've been wanting to discuss this whole episode.
And
Your
we're
family's here. Come on out. He's like, crazy. We do this whole thing for an intervention.
Yeah, 2 hours deep. We haven't been recording
I would
the
be
whole
so
time.
proud of you guys if this is just the deepest interventions.
Just from a few drinks last night.
yeah. I was like, anyways, woke
You're
up
like,
hungover,
I'm fine.
and it just was a weird, not my favorite start to a day, but I'm very happy right now.
Yeah,
So
we got to a good place.
it just was an uphill.
Then we go to bed and do it all over again tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
Eric, we love you, dude.
Thank you so much for doing this,
Please
seriously.
actually check out. Is it Erik Griffin Gaming?
Erik Griffin Gaming with a K, E-R-I-K, Griffin Gaming. I'm at Erik Griffin, ErikGriffin.com.
Riffin with
Riffin with
Griffin.
Griffin is my podcast. I'm going to get this guy on there soon.
Yep, it's
I'm
gonna
just
be
trying to
fun.
figure out like what I'm doing with my podcast now, but I don't
Hell
even
yeah.
know if you need to come on. I think we did it all right here. You know what I mean?
If it's an opportunity for us to hang out, let's
Yeah,
do it.
let's do that too. We should do that more often. You know what? We should like double. with
Yeah,
my
dude,
girl.
we'll come hang.
Yeah, we should do some because like I do enjoy a lot of the outdoor restaurants now.
Dude, there's
know,
some
Also, I
good
literally
vibes.
just realized that you meant Spencer and his girlfriend.
Yeah.
I thought you meant he and I should double date with you.
No, you can come too. I'm just saying. I just
fifth wheel.
met you. You know what I mean?
No, I
So,
understand.
He's a professional fifth wheel for real. You're
I
very
am pretty good at fifth wheeling. So.
or third wheeling.
He was just thinking like, oh, that would be kind of weird. I wouldn't call it a date,
I
but
think-
he was going through
it
his whole thing like, well, I mean, I'm flattered. Thank you, but
That literally is what happened. I was like, I guess we could do that. I don't know if
But really, really great outdoor restaurants.
the life of a drummer.
I'll be chunks in the music video.
you play this with the like fucking Curb Your Enthusiasm music with him going through that process right now.
We need to make that clip.
I'll make that clip. That'll be great. Zoom in right here.
Yeah.
That'll be excellent. No, thank you for doing this, man. For real.
No problem,
And
guys. Thanks for
play.
having me.
We should play Warzone sometime.
I tell you, I play every day, so it's no big deal. You just hit me up. Hey, you on? I'll be like, yeah, I'm on. Let's go. And I'm streaming.
Done
you know?
deal. I'll
Yeah, it's a
learn.
done
I'll learn
deal.
how.
You're not
Please.
allowed. You're out.
I just want to hear you plucking the guitar in the background. I don't want your nonsense
Okay,
on there.
I could do that. I won't be singing. I'll be plucking though.
I want some plucking.
I
Yeah.
want some plucking.
Last big question. We're gonna ask you this question and gut reaction. Just answer right away.
3, 2, 1.
When's
lunch?
Probably like 4 o'clock.
Erik
Same.
Griffin.
Erik Griffin.
Thank you
Yes.
very much. Woo!
When's lunch? When's lunch? When's lunch? I don't know.